Didn't you film Penny at that school too? The switchboard slide line?
Yes.
You did. That was pretty
High
epic
Five?
too.
Was that High Five?
I think it was, yeah.
I got paid by High Five. $500 to film Tom Penny's part.
Wow.
Oh, you filmed also at the high school as well? At Huntington High and everything?
Up the thing?
Yeah, back
filmed
tails.
that.
Wow.
All the stuff at the downhill school.
Wow.
Earl Warren.
Earl Warren, yep.
Don Brown, he gave me $500. So like, can you, because if we're getting into Tom Penny stories.
I think we are.
Yeah.
I think we are.
I mean, not a lot of people have had that experience, you know, which is, I mean, I guess it's like one of my, Chiefs, you know, Tom Penny, in his fucking heyday, doing the shit that everybody talks about.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel really fortunate and blessed to have had that opportunity, and I thank Ian from Flip because, you know, I was friends with Ian in the '84 when those guys came out to San Diego and stayed at Del Mar, and him, Don Brown, and a couple other English guys. Like, I really got along well with them, and that's who I stayed with when I went to England or Europe in '88. And so we had this really good relationship. So when they came over, the Brits, the Flip guys, I was the dude, their point guy, you know. And as far as taking photos, I mean, I knew that they were kind of using me to get things in the magazine. But like the very first day that they arrived, they came to Transworld, and they had convinced Jeff that he was gonna pop shove at the stairs at Oceanside High School.
Oh, yeah.
For a Street Rod ad. Like, so Street Rod was clothing like that Tracker was doing across the street. So he was going to get an ad if he did this pop shove it. And so Ian had told him whatever. And I went there to shoot that. He did the pop shove it like in a couple tries. And then was like, oh, mate, I think I could 360 flip it. All right. Fuck yeah. And I think Alfonso, Danny Mayer, and some other guy, Jeff Chase, they were skating the high school, like just skating around. And so they were there. They're like kind of at the top of the fence, like looking. And at that time, I think a lot of the American skaters like hated the Flip guys from this Radlands. They just thought that Tom Penny was like arrogant and like kind of a dick, you know, like, oh, the Flip guys suck. They're mean. They don't like us. They won't talk. We don't like them. You know, like there was this weird vibe going on. And I kind of knew about it, but whatever. So they watched Jeff do the 360 flip. He did it once, and he goes, dodgy. It was dodgy. Right? Yeah. So then he did it again, like within 2 tries.
Wow.
Dude, that 360 was incredible. He does it so good. Yeah.
And it was, it was like boom, boom, boom. I mean, I think I shot the photos and filmed it.
Wow.
And that was it. And those guys left like, whoa.
Sure.
Is this what we have to do now?
Yeah.
Like they came to their hometown and just fucking killed their local spot. That's like, yeah.
Right. And then I think that same year, there was a contest in San Jose. And they were hanging out a lot with, so this is Jeff and Tom and maybe Rune probably. Hanging out a lot, you know, together and with Ed Templeton. So there was a vibe at this contest where I think they were yelling at Tom Penny. Like, I don't know who it was, like some other, maybe it was you guys, girl team. Mm-hmm. Like there was a vibe, because Jeremy was involved too. And like, I don't think there was some vibe with Jeremy. And so there was all this back and forth. And Tom was in this contest. I think he got like 2nd or 3rd place in this contest. And there was like, fuck that guy. Like, I remember Markovich kind of maybe saying something like he was bummed. Like, just a weird vibe. Like, and they weren't, then Tom, if you know Tom, he was oblivious to anything.
I was going to say, yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, he wasn't being mad. He wasn't being rude. He was just in his own zone, probably.
I'm scared.
Yeah, doing his thing.
He's a problem. Yeah.
What do you mean? Yeah.
And I just thought it was like, wow, this is different. You know what he's doing, like, and the way he's doing it, like, I'll do what I'm there. Penny, dude, let's go.
Yeah.
And if I look back and I think about the amount of conversation we had, it would have probably been like maybe 10 minutes, you know, over like 10 or 15 times going out and shooting with him.
Right.
You know, like we just didn't talk. Like it was just, and that's just the way he was. All he cared about was smoking weed and skating.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How did
both well?
Yeah. So would you take him to these spots or yeah? It's like, hey,
like
I got
the city college stuff in San Diego. Like I remember him getting dropped off at my house. And I'm like, all right, let's go. And it was him and Jordan Richter.
Amazing.
We drove down to City College. There was like, and I knew Jordan since he was a kid, so we conversated, but Tom just sat in the back and didn't say a thing. And then he just kind of like skated off in front of us, and I'm trying to keep up, and we're going through because we didn't know what to skate. And I think he came out, there was like a 10 stair somewhere in the school, and it just happened to be right in front of him, and he just kickflipped it. Like I'd never seen it before, and he just
while cruising.
Floated down it.
Like,
wow.
In
Just
full cruise mode.
natural time in his natural habitat.
Dude, yeah.
Wow.
That's incredible. You got to like facilitate that whole process.
Yeah.
Sounds like there wasn't a process.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
you
yeah.
just went and
You just went. You just set up and okay.
The downhill school line took a little longer. Like that wore me out pretty much. You know, like the,
Well, I think you'll haul ass down that thing, dude. That thing's scary.
yeah, and he never told me what he was going to do.
oh, he did it.
It was
Just follow me.
We're just going down here.
Yeah.
We're just going down here.
Would his line change every time, or was he doing the same tricks?
He was doing the same trick.
consistently?
Like I think that he didn't get to the backside tailslide until he did it.
Okay.
Oh wow!
You know, I can't remember what he fell on, but he would fall on something, like in the line each time. And then once he got all three of the tricks before it and came around the corner and the thing was there, it was a backside tailslide.
Wow.
Boom.
Dude.
I always almost like tripped out how gnarly the kickflip was off like the 4-stair because he was going as fast as you could possibly go, and he would clear it by like 20 feet. It looked like,
and it was bolts. Like,
yeah.
I don't think I hadn't seen that kind of skating, like at that speed and just that precision, like and how he was doing things. Like it was all new.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the line at Oceanside High.
Yeah.
That I filmed like. I mean that was done super quick too, but I had no idea what he was doing.
No idea. What was the line?
Switch flip,
Switchboard,
and then cruise around,
come out
kick
forward.
Yep,
And then kick flip there was like a bump over a sidewalk gap. And like, so I had to set up a board at the bottom of the stairs. Like, so I kind of was like walking between the switch flip and then the board side, walking down the stairs.
Yeah.
Following him and then jump on a board and just like try to keep up with him. And it was just like, wow.
Magical, bro.
Yeah.
Magical.
I mean, he's definitely probably like, it's just like insane how like that moment in time, I mean, you can't duplicate it. Like you
No.
can't.
Yeah.
No.
What about Carlsbad gap? Did you film the switch frontside flip? No. Who filmed that one?
What was it in?
Wasn't it Etnies or no?
I want
It
to
was
say
definitely. It was like the last thing he did. Well,
O'Reilly's
You
here.
sure it wasn't a flip video?
I don't think it was. It
S.
was. It was in the S video. I'm pretty sure, like in Medic Modi, because they reused all the old footage, but I can't remember which one. I thought it
Could
was.
have been in a Transworld video for all I know.
I should know this, to be honest,
You
but I can't.
Kelly.
Sorry, guys.
I mean, and it's funny because that was like, did he switch flip it?
No, switch frontside flip.
Okay. That, like, he was supposed to 360 flip it. Like, that was, I mean, I think one of the things they came to America to do. It's funny. And this is Ian and Fox, like they were like, oh, we're going to do, we have these spots. We're going to take these guys to these spots, and they're going to do these tricks.
There's an
Yeah.
agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it maybe took too long. Like, I don't think Tom really ever wanted to go to Carlsbad High. Like, I think he felt like people had done stuff there, Jeremy Ray. Like, there was all these things that had been done there. And because he kind of, I think, might have been getting the idea that people were thinking a certain way about him, that he was the one to go into these spots to one-up people. When I don't think he gave a shit.
Right.
He would just end up, and then he would just start skating. you know?
Yeah.
And I think that was an S ad. And I think
Yeah.
Atiba shot the photos.
Because that was during Etnies, I feel like.
Really?
Yeah, because he was wearing some Etnies, I'm pretty sure, in that switch frontside flip. But because it's funny because you're like, what video is it in? I saw it in a 4-in-1, like
could be
repurposed.
4-in-1 industry.
It might have been that, actually. I think you're right. I think it was a 4-in-1 industry section for flip.
It
But
had to have been somewhere else because I didn't watch 4-on-1s, but I
it was
definitely know.
repurposed like a bunch
Yeah.
in videos like throughout time.
Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah, it's
it's
incredible.
beautiful.
Especially if you look how
Beautiful.
that was maybe the biggest thing he ever jumped down. I don't remember him skating, or actually that's not true at all. Actually, never mind. I'll take that back. He kicked over some huge rails, frontside flip rails. But
Police station?
oh yeah, down
Huntington
on
Beach?
Huntington Beach. Yeah.
That was pretty big.
Did you film that?
Filmed it. And, well, I think I just filmed a kickflip over it, and then I shot photos of the frontside flip. So I want to say Manzuri filmed the frontside flip.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Manzuri was around back then too, huh?
Were you there over the chain down the bank day?
Oh
No.
gosh.
No.
That
was
some
Skin.
scary
I think
spot.
Skin filmed all that.
Every bit.
I watched that the other day randomly. That was a
The Instagram cult of Tom is so. I mean, like,
Yeah.
something pops up on there. I'm like, I still can't believe it.
Yeah.
It's like back then.
What year was this? Oh my god.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I was there for the chain. I remember, I vividly remember Skin coming back with, like, oh, mate, like just
yeah.
all lit up about this thing. You got to see this.
Right.
And, we all went in this room and, like, fucking watched it and was just like, because I had been there with Deerdeck and Pat Duffy.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe somebody else around the same time. And, they had trouble doing, like, a kick. Like, I think Rob did a switch heel over it, maybe. Okay. But nothing more. It was like one trick and it was like, I'm out of here. This thing's fucked.
Yeah.
I'm going to catch the chain and fucking go to my face.
Ooh, really?
And Skin's telling me about, like, oh, he did like this. I mean, I think he had called me the night before. And I was like, I got to see this, and watching it, like, was just like, because we were watching the raw tape.
Right.
And it's not like you're watching it for an hour.
Bales
You
and
watch,
shit,
like,
20 minutes.
6 minutes. It was like, wait, what?
So talented.
Yeah.
Crazy. I love
Plus,
that.
plus coming from Europe and then you're in the States, like you just got the energy, like I'm fucking here, let's go. And he's just like presented spots and he's just fucking killing it, I'm sure.
He never drove. Like, it was just like chauffeured to the spot. Like,
What a legend.
Yeah,
bro.
dude, straight up,
What
dude.
a legend.
Yeah, that's
dude.
incredible.
Love hearing the Heath
I mean,
Kirchart. Go ahead.
Is it kind of in a, like, it's funny to think about now how people are treated. I mean, imagine him now, if like that stuff kind of happened the way skateboarding is now,
Right.
the amount of like fanfare or
Sure.
cash or whatever that would be thrown at the dude. Like,
yeah.
you are the fucking god of all.
Right.
No doubt.
And he probably definitely would have hit away. Oh,
You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
I don't think he never was that guy for the limelight or the spotlight.
no, it wasn't
Like,
about any of that.
But the rad thing about Tom Penny though is like he knew everything about skateboarding though. He was such a fan of skateboarding. Like when I met him, he was like, "Oh, hey, Chris Robert." Like I was like, "How do you know me
Same.
right now? This is crazy
Yeah.
that
But-
Tom Penny knows. You shouldn't know who I am. You know what I mean?
So do you think he does the Instagram stuff?
I mean, his own Instagram. I don't know. I can't say.
I mean, I'd always heard that his girlfriend or his wife, whatever.
Maybe.
does
Yeah, I
a lot
think
of
his
stuff, but
girlfriend does.
Then I'll
Yeah.
get, when I'll post something for his birthday or whatever. Oh, thanks, Dave.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
whoa, he's talking to me.
Right.
He remembers my name.
right.
Like, and that's weird. Me to be fanning out on, like, I'm the older dude. Like, it's just weird. Like,
Yeah.
But I really relish the fact that I was there.
Yeah.
And it happened like right in front of me. Like I was like,
It's
wow.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's incredible skateboarding, man.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I've gotten the pleasure to skate with Tom a few times. He's so, I mean, even in the later years, still amazing. Still has that aura.
Yeah. Imagine all the Brits that got to see him in,
Oh,
Those
wow.
contests
Yeah.
and stuff.
Oh yeah. Gnarly.
Good God.
I got to bro it down with him a little bit in Copenhagen, probably maybe 7 years ago, give or take.
Oh yeah.
And we had conversation. I was like, "Well, I'm talking."
Yeah, he's
Tom Petty.
cool,
He's
man.
cool as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like, you think he came out of that shell to some degree? You know what I mean? I think as you get older and you're not doing as much stuff as you were doing back then.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing, but
Legend.
give
bro.
me some.
Where is that like button? Right? Is it right here or right here?
Just a little scroll coming down the bottom.
It's
Subscribe.
over to it's on your
It's on my
left.
right? It's
No,
on my
on your
left.
left.
Hey,
Yeah.
hit
Right
that
there.
button right there.
Right there.
Right
Yeah,
there.
please.
The like button's kind of like in the middle there. It's like we're kind of.
Oh, it's like right here?
Kind of.
Like
yeah,
right
The
there?
subscribe's like over to the left.
Like right over there.